Welcome back. Thanks for clicking into the channel today. I'm Mr. R, and this is the Rondinelli Project. I've been away for a little bit. I'm a school teacher getting near the end of the year. And if you're not a teacher, you probably have no concept of that, but there's a lot that has to be done at the end of the school year. So I'm back. Today I'm going to highlight catching the often overlooked species of the lake, blues. By that I mean bluegill fishing. Since my channel is geared towards beginning anglers, blues are perfect for this purpose, easy to catch, and seriously good to eat. They may be small, but pound for pound, this little fish is a fighter. Using an ultralight rod, reel, and light tackle, you can't help but have fun catching this little gem of freshwater angling. So let's take a closer look. The first thing I want to do is find a location that holds bluegills. This rocky outcrop is excellent. This is what I'm using today, an 1.5-inch tube bait, black and chartreuse on a jig hook that weighs 1/32 ounce. That's critical for bluegills. If it falls too fast through the column of water, they don't like it. This floats through the water nicely and keeps you off the bottom. I usually position my boat parallel to the shoreline, casting towards the shore and using a slow retrieve back, twitching it every once in a while, and then letting it sink. If bluegills are there, this method will trigger a strike, and they hit pretty fierce, and they're really good fighters. Usually, if you find one, you found the school, and then you want to select the bigger ones. On Lake Wilhelm, if you get a bluegill that covers your hand, that's a pretty nice fish. Sometimes you'll get one a little bit bigger, but that's a good-sized fish for Lake Wilhelm bluegills. Look for shade lines. They love that. If you can get on the edge of a shade line, like you see here on the shore, the bluegills will hang in that shade line. They come out into the sun a little bit. They're called sunfish, but they love to hang on that shade line cast by the trees above. That's a spot you want to be casting for. Now, the reason the bluegills are there is they're getting ready to spawn, and the males are guarding the nests. Anything that comes by triggers a strike. And don't be afraid to experiment with your jig colors. These tube baits come in all different colors. I like black and chartreuse, but red and white. Sparkle scale, like a silver sparkle scale with a white tail, is very effective. Today I'm using a 5-foot ugly stick with an ultralight reel, 4-pound test, ultra low visibility green line. As you notice, I'm not using a bobber. So many anglers use bobbers, and that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. I like to feel the strike. I feel I can catch more fish that way. When I feel that little tick on the end of the line, that's the strike, and that's when I set the hook. Bluegills on Lake Wilhelm are very plentiful. You don't have to be afraid to put some in the live well. But I do think of conservation. You don't have to limit out every day. Take what you want to eat, but don't take more than you're going to use. There's plenty to go around, and these fish are really, really good to eat, and they're worth the time if you're a fish lover. And these don't have any fishy taste to them. And once you fillet these, take the skin off, prepare them any way you like, but they're worth the time and effort. At the end of this video, I shot some footage of the ones that I caught. I think I got 30, or I put 30 in the live well. Maybe it was 25. I don't remember now, but I cleaned those, and for me, 25 is enough to clean at one time. The limit in Pennsylvania is 50 combined species of panfish per day.
cloud up, and I had enough in the live well, so it was time to head back to shore and load the boat, bring the fish home, and get them ready to clean. I take my fish home in the live well. I have a 40-gallon, 50-gallon live well, and those fish stay perfectly alive till you get them home. And then I have this net that you see here that I put in this bucket. And the reason I put these in the bucket is once I am done cleaning out the live well, I'll take that bucket, and I have an old refrigerator downstairs, and I put them in there overnight. And what that does is that really cools them down, makes them much easier to fillet. The next day, I just put them into my fish cleaning table, rinse them off. They're nice and fresh. As long as the eyes are still jet black, that means they're good and fresh. And then I fillet them. I've made other videos of how to fillet crappies, and you do the bluegills the exact same way, but here it's showing you the sides of the fillets with the rib cage still in, but I get rid of all the bones, and then I cut all those rib cages out, and that gives you a really nice boneless fillet. I thought I'd share my fish cleaning table with everyone. I took some 2x4s and made up a frame and some old plywood, and had an old stainless steel sink that I saved and put together. Bought some cheap faucets, and this is the rig, and you can hook it up to the garden hose, and you can clean your fish outside, keeping the mess where it belongs. But this works great for catching fish, bringing them home, and having a place to clean them. I also came up with the idea of having a chute on the side to put the fish carcasses in as you fillet them, and they go down the chute and into a plastic bag with a 5-gallon bucket attached. So there it is, the fish cleaning table. But if you like to fish and you do a lot of fishing like I do, you have to have somewhere to clean the fish. And, you know, I put casters on it. I can wheel it in and out of the garage. I really can take it anywhere I want. Works great. Thought I'd share that with you. For those of you do-it-yourselfers out there, you probably figure it out. You probably already have one. But if you're new to fishing, this might be something you want to do. It's very inexpensive. You don't have to pay a lot and build it yourself.
If you are new to angling, this is a great species to get you hooked on fishing. Excuse the pun. If you found something of value, consider subscribing. Hit that like button. Remember, light rod, reel, and tackle. Get out there, catch some blues, and go plan a fish fry. I'm Mr. R. This is the Rondinelli Project. Until next time, we gone.